Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Sugar Ray Leonard is catching a lot of flack for believing in Mikey Garcia's ability, for believing true boxing skills outweigh just size and power. He sees an elite level fighter. He's unbiased in his analysis. And this is actually just a direct statement from the interview with Sugar Ray Leonard, and it's really upset a lot of fanboys. One of the questions that was asked to Sugar Ray Leonard is, can Mikey Garcia, win this fight? And he stated yes. One of the things that he stated is that I moved up in weight so many times in my career. The difference is guys are stronger, bigger, and hit harder. And what you have when I did that, I tried not to be heavy but maintain my speed. You don't need to necessarily adjust your style. Be the fighter that you are and utilize that. Speed has always been essential. And so, a lot of people believe Mikey Garcia will have the speed advantage. And, Sugar Ray Leonard not only states that he believes Mikey can win, he kind of picked him to win in some other words. And so if you look at it like this, a lot of fanboys have been having a lot of problems with that. And since Sugar Ray picked Mikey Garcia to beat Errol Spence Jr., let's just air out those fanboys for being who they are. And let's start with Boxing Ego, Barbershop Conversations, Ticket TV, Blue Blood Sport TV. All these fanboys are all upset, all hurt, and all being biased because these guys don't have the ability to be unbiased. 7-8 Sports TV, all these biased LDBC fanboy channels. Yes, Boxing Ego is a part of the LDBC. All of these guys are the same. Ego says he's not affiliated. He's LDBC. These guys preach the same rhetoric about race in the PBC. These guys are all fanboys. And the fact that you can't allow a man his own opinion and to formulate his own opinion about Mikey Garcia shows that the hate is real when it comes to Mikey Garcia. See, these guys aren't just giving Mikey Garcia no chance because of the size advantage with Errol Spence Jr. They're giving Mikey Garcia no chance as because they're promoting a narrative, a racial agenda as far as pushing up Errol Spence Jr. And they're also pushing the PBC narrative that Errol Spence Jr. is the best welterweight in the world, the same guy that's avoiding Terrence Bud Crawford. They're also pushing the agenda that the PBC, because Mikey Garcia is a PBC fighter as well, but I think that's overlooked most of the time because when you look at the face of the PBC, you see Errol Spence Jr. who they're trying to make into the next Floyd Mayweather. The problem with that is Errol Spence Jr. just doesn't have Floyd Mayweather's skills or ability. A lot of casual boxing fans and, fanboys and things like this and groups like the LDBC are all coming out stating that, Mikey Garcia has no chance because they're not looking at things unbiasedly and factually. But anyone that actually knows boxing and knows the truth about boxing states that Mikey Garcia has a chance to win, and guys try to act like you're crazy when you say he does. And so I know that I'm one of the only guys out here being honest and unbiased about it, but Sugar Ray Leonard stepped up to the plate. Max Kellerman states that he believes Mikey has a chance to win the fight. Roy Jones Jr. said he believes Mikey Garcia has a chance to win the fight. These are guys who are unbiased, who are not affiliated with Errol Spence or Mikey Garcia, so they have no bias in their statements. Now, once again, these guys didn't necessarily pick Mikey to win. They just believe that he has a chance to win. And these guys are getting flack. Same as Sugar Ray Leonard, all by the biased LDBC. Even Timothy Bradley. When you see Timothy Bradley came out and stated that he believes that Errol Spence Jr., doesn't move his head enough. That's one of his deficiencies. You've seen Dante's Bias Nation have a huge problem with Timothy Bradley and made countless videos. You see all these LDBC fangirl channels coming out here preaching this garbage narrative to all their idiot subscribers because basically at this point, these guys are all fanboys. Their subscribers are fanboys. These guys don't understand the levels of boxing. And anyone listening to this garbage that really knows the truth, either they're brainwashed or they know the truth and they just don't want to accept the truth, because the absolute truth is Errol Spence Jr. is not the truth. And the reason why I say that is you don't avoid top fighters if you're truly the truth. Timothy Bradley having an opinion, just for an opinion, we may all disagree. I may disagree that Errol Spence Jr. is not the best at 147. I believe Terrence Crawford is. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I believe Errol Spence Jr. is an exciting fighter, a good fighter, and I like Errol Spence Jr. I enjoy his fights, and he can prove me wrong with that. But I'm not picking against Errol Spence Jr. because of a personal reason. I pick against Errol Spence Jr. because of what I see in the ring, how I see him perform. And I believe boxing is more about skill than just about size and strength. That is my belief. But when you listen to all these LDBC fanboys preach this rhetoric and hate about Mikey Garcia, you hear a lot of racial rhetoric about beans and burritos and stuff coming up. And one of my subscribers even sent me this garbage about barbershop conversation where this idiot says that he's going to try to get some flowers arranged for Mikey Garcia, indicating that he's going to get beat so bad that it's going to be on the level of a funeral. And so I find that very funny, because these are the same guys that were pushing up and pumping up the Charlo brothers, Jamal and Jermel Charlo. This entire LDBC group tried to make these guys out to be the most feared monsters in the division, hype these guys up completely out of control into extreme proportions. And what happened when these guys flopped? You didn't hear a peep. These guys were disappointed. These guys brought down to earth. These guys realized at that moment that you can't just fanboy for guys, pump guys up, because people will start realizing the deficiencies in that. And I feel like that's what they're doing with Errol Spence Jr. I believe Errol Spence Jr. is way more talented than most of these guys. But at the same time, even with his talent, his massive weight and size advantage is why he's had so much success at 147 pounds, not because of a certain skill set or skill level. You have to be honest and unbiased in your analysis. Barbershop Conversations, Blue Blood Sports TV, Fanny Boxing Channel, 7-8 Sports Garbage TV, Dante's Bias Nation, Bias Ego. We have to put these fanboys on notice that you can't pick a fighter based on a biased racial narrative or based on a narrative based on the PBC. You have to pick guys and be honest with the people when you speak about things based on what you see in the rings. And it's okay to have a different opinion, but your opinion has to be stated with some actual validity, not just biased fanboy rhetoric. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.